Morning, everyone. Welcome back to Butterfly Morning, where we make sure that we step lightly into the morning, meaning that we are not taking heavy baggage into the morning, but we are, good morning, making the morning a starting place that perpetuates well-being, lightness of being, a happy mood, and that you can continue that into your day. So we are doing exercises, very light exercises from energy medicine as taught by Donna Eden. And we're going through the daily energy routine today. And it starts with very simple crossover motion. And deep breath. The hands are electromagnetic and therefore can influence the energetic flow in the body. So just do it at a speed that feels right to you. This is the morning, you don't want to rush. Next is thump on stomach meridian point, which helps your stomach. Stomach meridian runs from the cheek down to the second toe and helps you to release your energy down into the ground. So when you thump here, inhale deeply, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And when you close your eyes and look in and up to the forehead, with a little bit of a smile on your face, relaxed face, then you're activating the pineal gland and it feels very sweet. It starts your day in a happy mood. Next thump, there are 4 of them, is, yes, you can see here my collarbones, so this prominence here on the body. You go diagonally out and there is a soft spot. It's a little different for everyone. Some have it deeper, some less prominent, the bones sticking out more or less by some. But here you go out to the side. Once you find the indentation, you go really deeply to activate. This is a juncture point where a lot of meridians are running through. It's the last point on kidney meridian, K27. And in Chinese medicine, they say kidney energy relates to our longevity and is very important to maintain. Again, deep breath in. Exhale. When you exhale, relax all the organs. Okay, and now we're going to the sternum. If you thump strongly on the sternum, you stimulate the thymus gland behind. And that is good for resilience, endurance, strength. Let's say you're on a hike and you need another mile, but you feel exhausted. You would do this. Remember Tarzan? Ah! That's the strength point. Tarzan is an incredibly strong character. And now the last thump is on the rib cage, just below the bra line on the side. You fan out your fingertips and stimulate spleen here. Spleen is a metabolizer. Spleen keeps us happy and thriving. And spleen is often malnourished because we're too much in stress mode, in fight and flight, and that takes away from spleen. They're directly diagonal in the organ clock, in the energy meridian circle. And when we're too much in fight and flight, spleen is compensating, and then it's harder to be happy. When spleen is nourished, it's very easy to be happy. Okay, let's take a moment. We did 4 thumbs: stomach meridian, kidney, thymus and the sternum, and spleen. Now we're going to stand up and do the crossing over again. And here you can release any holding, the diaphragm. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ooh, at 7 in the morning, a little bit of dancing. Also wake up your kidneys with a very gentle touch here. And let's throw in a radiant circuit, exercise. So you're going for the tailbone, hold here, brace over the hip bone and over the pubic area, and then inhale, trace up. Lay your hands flat right by the arm crease. Another deep breath, and then bring them, crossing them over the throat, and then bring them to the mouth and the ears. And here, cup your hands over the mouth and inhale 3 times and exhale and bring your hands down. The radiant circuits are the energy systems that kick in when we're happy, when we see a baby, a puppy, hear our favorite piece of music, or someone we love walks into the room. All this is radiant circuit energy, and we just activated it. Let's do this one more time. So you're starting from the tailbone, and then we're going like a horseshoe around the hip and down over the pubic bone. That's where it starts in the front. And we're going to trace up with inhale. Rest on the chest. And then cross at the neck. Bring it over the mouth and the ears, and then cup the mouth and go and rest on your chest. Good morning. Okay, from there we're going to do exercises that are great for your brain, that are great to help the emotional balance, clarity of thinking, memory, hormonal balance, and one exercise is even good for hair growth. So we're going to take one hand over the other, clasp, and bring it in. And we're standing up, so we're going to have one foot crossing over the other, like so. Taking a deep breath with a smile on your face. And exhale. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Excellent job. Now we're going to go crossing to the back. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll switch around. So the hand that was on the bottom goes on the top. Fold it in again. Stay the same with your feet and do 2 more inhales. Whips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Now we switch up the feet. So the foot that was behind comes in front. And now you're all tangled up which really stimulates the brain in a wonderful way. So inhale with your nose, hold, look in and up, exhale through the mouth. Again. Okay, now we're going to take this exercise further. Bring all the fingertips together. Thumbs go between the brows. This is where bladder meridian starts, relates to the nervous system. Push in and up here. Hold it and exhale through the mouth. And again, push in and up. This feels so good. And now raking over the forehead like so. And then bending the fingertips on the forehead and raking across. There's often tension, which means too much thinking. Also, the upper part of the head and the lower part, the womb area, is related. So if this is tense, you can be sure your pelvic floor area is tense as well. That's why doing this is really good for your whole body. Now we're lining up at the hairline. Push in, pull out. This is good for hair growth, hormonal balance, clarity of thinking, memory. Go inch by inch and just make space for old to leave and new to come in, for a great start to a great day. Oh, happy day. And here we go. And then hang on the shoulders. When you inhale, look in and up to your forehead with a little smile, and you will notice that you get a very sweet feeling into your being. On the exhale, fold one hand over the other on your chest, on your heart area. And this is time to check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? And since we are not only flesh and bones, but also energy, and we are literally sitting in an energy bubble, which is called aura, we are able to tune in and get a whiff of how we're feeling today in this part of us. Does that feel like it's flowing? Does it feel bright and fluffed up? Or does it feel more dense and it doesn't extend? Or are you somebody that feels like they're extending very far out, but they have difficulty centering? Let's do exercises for both those types. When you walk into a room and you feel you're invisible, you're very shy, and you just don't feel like you can extend yourself, then an exercise that you can do, so simple, but it works, is you take your hand up from the center line and you go out, and you do it with breath. Then you go out. You can do that standing up or sitting down, but you go up the center line and go out. This will help you to fluff up. And if you are somebody that feels like whatever is going on in the room, you are part of it. So you're feeling everything. You're extending yourself, but you don't feel you have borders. You're with everyone, except that you don't feel like you're really with yourself, centered and focused. That's the opposite. That means your field is extended too far. So then you do the opposite. You bring it in and down. In with the inhale. And then you just very slowly, without a jerky motion, you bring it down the center line. Whenever you feel you have trouble focusing, maybe you have ADHD. This exercise will do so much for you. And it feels good. You can hum with it. Well done. Now we're going to do the last bit, standing up. It's very simple. We're drawing figure eights all around us because figure eights help communication between the energy systems, help the coordination, and help us be brighter, happier, and organized in our energy field. And that means that plays out in all our activities in our day. We're going to feel more together. And everything we do is more efficient, just successful. So you're standing up, hanging over like a rag doll. Bend your knees, no time to prove anything. Just do whatever is comfortable for you. Let your neck hang. Maybe sway a little here. Now you notice you can breathe into the pelvic floor here. You can open the pelvic floor. And now we're drawing figure eights all around. And layer by layer, coming up, building a castle of figure eights. Whew. Feels so good. Feels so good. And then when you're on the very top, you bring the backs of your palms together. Inhale there and exhale. Tuck the tailbone when you're standing here and make sure that everything is really tall. One more time. Inhale, trace up. Bring the backs of your hands together. Exhale. And take everything out of your field that's old and stale, that you don't need anymore. Lastly. Okay, super. Now we're going to trace the central meridian, which ends below the lower lip, and governing, which starts at the tailbone, comes over the head and ends above the upper lip. These two, they connect in the back of the mouth, and they create a circle, help create this, which is called microcosmic orbit. Some people in Eastern medicine, they work only with this energy system because it's very powerful and very potent in helping you to be healthy and connected to the energies in the universe. So let's trace up with inhale. And below the lower lip, trace up from the tailbone up the spine. You don't have to touch. You can imagine you touch. Then bring it up over the head, over the forehead, over your face, and end above the upper lip. One more time. Trace up here. And the counterpart. Over the head, over the face, ending above the upper lip. Well done. And now we're going to do the last exercise, which will help to connect thinking and feeling. Bring your middle finger. It's important that it's the middle finger between the eyebrows. push in and up. The other middle finger goes into the belly button, and together they push in and up. As you inhale, you hold here with a smile. Hold that. That's so powerful, and it is so simple. All these exercises are incredibly powerful. I met a lot of people personally who were dealing with illnesses where the doctor couldn't help, chronic stuff, things they didn't know what it was, and nothing would help. But then when they did these exercises every day, they got better. Yes, so here we did it again. The daily energy routine, Donna Eden. You can look her up on YouTube, on the internet. There is much material, much knowledge she shares. She's an energy medicine pioneer. And I have studied with her intensely and now practice on my own and share what she shares with the world. There are many teachers, and it's just incredible how it makes you feel brighter. It's easier to be happy, and you have more vitality. So now we're going into the meditation part of this live stream. If you have something to drink, a little water, this is a good moment. Tea is so good for you because it helps relax the organs. In America, it's all about ice water, all about cold water, but that's the organs go like this, and the stomach, if it's too cold, is not good for the stomach. So warm tea can just help you release any tension. Now, for the meditation part, I'm going to sit just how long I want to sit today, and you can hop on, hop off as you please. I'm not going to say goodbye because if somebody sits here and wants to meditate longer, I don't want to end their meditation. So, meditation, if you haven't done it before, it's simply being present, closing your eyes. If you feel more comfortable, you can keep them open, and bringing your attention back to your breathing over and over, because your thoughts will tell you a lot of things. Don't listen to your thoughts. Let them come and go like clouds on a sky, and just stay present. And when you get fidgety, if you can hold it a little and just breathe through that, you will see that behind that sense of, I have to end it now, is usually another level of relaxation, centeredness, and connection to yourself. Sometimes that's when emotions come up. It could be that you get nervous or uncomfortable because something is weighing on your heart, and if you stay longer in stillness, that will come up. But I would say that's a good thing if that comes up, if you can release it, if you can cry a few tears, your heart will be open and you'll be ready for the day, instead of keeping everything closed and breathing in a shallow way and not really being connected to yourself. So here we go. You can see. Close your eyes. can have your hands open, you can have the thumb and forefinger together, or simply just rest on your knees and start your journey.